Is this the best a woman can be? Is it? Well, that's the question I asked myself when I saw this article. And I actually did a video on this a while back, and I've linked you back to the video in the low bar underneath the video. Canberra woman Sarah Jane Parkinson jailed for making false rape claim against ex-partner. Brothers, the precedent has been set. This means that other women can now go to jail for false rape allegations if their lawyer is cluey enough and is prepared to bring up this precedent. This is a good thing. Lock her up. That's right, Nobber. A former prison guard who spent months behind bars for a fake rape that never happened has told a court how his ex-partner's crime nearly drove him to suicide, changed who he was, and shattered his faith in the legal system. Now, just a bit of background. This particular woman was already a police staff member, so she knew the system. Sarah Jane Parkinson, 28, was on Thursday sentenced to more than 3 years in jail in the ACT Magistrates Court for the false claim made in 2014. So this poor dude's been going through this for 4 or 5 years. Almost 5 years. Parkinson, a former police worker, alleged the rape against her former partner while he was a prison guard at Canberra's jail. So, of course, straight away he can't work as a prison guard anymore, loses his job. The court earlier heard the couple met in 2011 and split within 2 years after the couple were engaged and bought a house together. Parkinson was in a new relationship on the day she made the allegations. What a surprise. And she had sent her new partner a blank message, which was the call for help. Now, interestingly, the new partner was also a policeman. So she was actually riding the cock carousel at work. All right. Police visited her house to find her with a head injury, which was later found to be made up. Her jeans undone. And a nearby condom wrapper. Apparently the cat ate the condom, or so she told the police. Cats don't eat condoms. They eat chicken and biscuits, but not condoms. At the time, she told police she could not remember much, but in late interviews claimed to have recalled more and more details, including adding new alleged assaults onto the fake rape. So she was actually adding additional assaults on, throwing more shit, hoping it would stick. She falsely told police that the victim had forcefully slammed her head into a retaining wall and drenched her with a hose. Court, well, if that did happen, it would have only been to wash the thought off. Court documents showed investigators later found the accused man, her former partner, had been at his parents' house with others at the time of the alleged incident. So he wasn't even there with her. She just made it up completely. Totally, completely calculated. No questions asked. She was out to get this guy. The former corrections officer was remanded in custody and spent nearly 4 months in Goulburn jail before the charges were dropped. Now, I'm going to tell you a little something about Goulburn jail. This is in Australia. Goulburn Supermax is the home of Australia's most dangerous and violent killers and criminals. Right? He used to be a prison guard. Let that sink in. And he's in the maximum security jail for 4 months with killers and murderers and like the most violent and vile scum. All right, the most dangerous. And he's done nothing wrong. In an emotional court appearance, the formerly jailed man read out a victim impact statement saying he'd lost everything. Now, this is actually where it gets incredibly gut-wrenching, guys. So, just bear with me here. He said he cried in disbelief during his first night in jail, and over the 4 months there never felt more alone or helpless, a struggle compounded by his past work in the justice system. He said he constantly feared for his life as he thought a fellow inmate would recognize that he used to be a prison officer, making him feel like he was trapped in a black hole. I had to keep coming up with backstories, he said. The victim's mother looked straight at Parkinson when she read her victim impact statement, at times sobbing. She said the emotional and financial stress caused the breakdown of her 36-year-old marriage with the victim's father. So not only was this guy falsely accused of rape, not only was this guy thrown in a maximum security prison as a prison guard with the most dangerous and violent killers in Australia, but the parents of this falsely accused man have split after 36 years of marriage because of the financial and the emotional stress. What financial stress, you ask? Well, the family were forced to remortgage their house to pay for the $300,000 legal bill. Now, assume that they were 20 years old when they were married, and I think they'll probably be older than that. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say 20. They'd be 56 now, and they've just been set back 300 grand. You can't claw that back at 56. You just can't. The woman said that in the past 5 years, she kept detailed diaries and CCTV records of the family's movements for fear of more false accusations against them. Because this woman, even after she got this guy thrown in Goulburn Supermax jail over a complete fabrication and lie that she knew to be false, she then started making allegations and accusations against the family of her ex-partner. Right? Is this the best a woman can be? Is it? Maybe Gillette should ask themselves that. Scathing of the ACT legal system, she said her son was not afforded the presumption of innocence he deserved. Another impact statement was read by the victim's father, who described the family's battle to prove innocence as the fight of our lives. After spending 24 years in the military, the father said the trauma of his son's struggle very nearly resulted in his suicide. Whenever he visited him in jail, he was highly distressed. The parents even organized a will and funeral cover for their son, believing he was in grave danger while in a Goulburn Supermax prison as a former prison officer, over a lie from this nasty woman. The father slammed Parkinson's allegations as ever-changing, just changing the story to suit whatever she felt like at the time, to suit whatever she wanted to do to the family and the ex-boyfriend. All right? Ever-changing, calculating, and self-serving. Yeah, you got that right. Self-serving indeed. He also criticized the ACT legal system and ACT policing. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what ACT is the Australian Capital Territory. That is the home of our parliament. That state is basically a small parliament state. It's just like this compact little region that's a state unto itself. It's basically where our government, our parliament house is. It's where all the public servants live. He also criticized the ACT legal system and ACT policing over the 5-year legal battle, claiming they were gullible and a willing accessory to Parkinson's fake allegations. And they actually were. Because you know how I told you that she used to work for the police and she jumped on the cock carousel with one of her police officer colleagues? Well, she actually got him to get his colleagues to back it up. That had formed a deep-seated hatred and mistrust in those authorities due to the false allegations and the ACT legal system and police's inability and complete lack of adherence to the correct procedures. The victim's lawyer argued the false accusations by Parkinson undermined genuine domestic violence and rape victims. You fucking think? And you get all these feminists having a whinge saying, but only a small percentage of rapes get prosecuted. It's like, well, maybe that percentage would be higher if women stop fucking lying about rape. Or at least the women that do. Because it is a small minority of women that lie about rape. A small minority. But that small minority is big numbers at the end of the day. And that's a big problem. Right? And huge respect to the vast majority of women out there who don't make such allegations. All right, see, this is how you do it, Gillette. You actually say, you know what? The vast majority of men are actually really nice, good, kind men and masculine. It's just a couple that are dicks. And we don't like the dicks, but we like all the rest of you. That's how you do it, guys. All right? Fuck, I haven't even done a marketing degree and I know this shit. But then again, if I did a marketing degree, I'd probably come out a raving lunatic. Whatever. So yeah, the victim's lawyer argued the false accusations by Parkinson undermined genuine domestic violence and rape victim. In sentencing, Magistrate Beth Campbell agreed with this sentiment, saying it exploited the seriousness to which claims of domestic violence and rape are treated. Magistrate Campbell also noted the lack of remorse shown by Ms. Parkinson, as she had chosen not to apologize to the victim and his family. Of course she chose not to apologize, because God forbid she take any fucking accountability for putting her ex-partner through that torture over a lie, for having his lost wages, his lost job, his lost reputation, for splitting up his parents, for putting them $300,000 in the hole, for making the dad suicidal, for making the mum paranoid that there was going to be more false allegations, for attacking them with lies. Right, no. Yeah, Miss Parkinson chose not to apologize to the victims. Of course she didn't apologize. She was never sorry for being a calculated, cold bitch. Parkinson appeared straight-faced as the sentence was handed down. She was sentenced to 3 years and 1 month in jail with 2 years non-parole. You know why she doesn't want to apologize? You know she's pissed. Because now she can't fuck the dude that she ran off with. Right? She can't fuck the dude that she cheated on her ex-partner with. Which is why he wanted to get rid of her. And then she attacked him because of that. This is the bullshit that we're seeing all the time. This is the bullshit we're seeing all the time. Right. You know, it's funny, I've been seeing all these women saying, oh, you know, I really love the message the Gillette ad sends. It's just so great that they're bringing attention to these things. Yeah, like every fucking person in the media has been bringing attention to these things. We don't need Gillette doing it too. And Gillette did a shit job. That Kim Gehrig, apparently she has been accused of molesting children as well. Look, you know, feminists love to throw around things that they haven't substantiated, so I'm going to do the same. Tit for tat, bitches. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to donate, paypal.me/CityMGTOW. Yeah, if you just enjoy my content, please share it, like, comment below. And that's enough for me. I appreciate you all. Peace, guys. Fuck.